In this tutorial, you're going to learn the basics of formatting in Obsidian. Obsidian uses a type of formatting called Markdown. And if you've never used Markdown before, it's going to look intimidating, but I promise this video is going to break it down and make it easy for you. In Obsidian, you'll notice there is no bar with formatting options like you have in a Word doc. Instead, there are a few different ways that you can format text. The first is to highlight the word you want to format. So let me just put in the word heading 1 in here, and I could just highlight it, just click on it and highlight it, and right click and come down to paragraph. And I can make it a bullet list, I can make it numbered list, etc. But for the sake of this, I'm going to make it a heading 1. And heading 1 is going to be our biggest type of heading. And notice it put a hashtag at the beginning of that. So if I hit return, it now is just a large heading. And if I want to create that without the way that I just showed you, the right clicking method, I can enter a hashtag, just one hashtag, and say heading. Oops, I got to put a space after it. So hashtag space heading 1, and I get the same effect. And if I do 2 hashtags, I can type in heading 2, and that's a slightly smaller heading. Alternatively, I can do the highlighting again, right click, paragraph, heading 2. And heading 2 is going to be our second largest heading. I'm going to go ahead and do all the way down to heading 6. And the other thing that happens when we create a heading is you notice this little toggle right here, this little arrow icon. And this is going to fold anything that's under this heading. So if I come up to heading 5, I can fold the line that says heading 6 into it. Fold and unfold by clicking on it, and so on all the way up. Also, if you click on this thing in the top right, this will show us a hierarchy by heading. So we can also fold here. And if you had a really long document, you could scroll to a particular portion in your document by clicking on the heading. The last type of text is just normal body paragraph text. So this is normal body. I haven't formatted it at all, but I could also turn in, for example, a heading 6. I could right click on it, go to paragraph, and I could click body. And now that has become a body, but I'm going to undo that. The other common formatting thing that you'll want to do is bolding and italicizing text. So to do that, I can go to the beginning of any style of formatting here, and I can add 2 asterisks to the beginning of it. And that makes it bold. You can see that's bold. And for italics, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to the beginning of the word, and I'm going to add 1 asterisk and 1 asterisk at the end. And that makes it italics. If I don't close it, so for example, I put an asterisk at the beginning, I can keep typing stuff at the end, and it's going to keep being italics until I close it, until I close the italics section with another asterisk. And then as soon as I hit return, it goes away. If I return to that line, you can see I have the option to delete an asterisk or add an asterisk, like so. And now, just to demonstrate this again, if I click on this arrow here, I fold everything into that particular heading. So if I click on the fold with heading 6, it folds all this body text below it into that heading. One other thing you can do that's really handy in Obsidian is you can have multiple cursors. So let's say I have line 1, line 2, and line 3. And I just want to delete the numbers. So I just have 3 lines that say line. On Mac, I can hold Option and click, and now you can see I have 3 cursors. On Windows, you can do the same thing, but it'll be Alt key. And then if I delete, it deletes all 3 at once. If I want to add a strike through, I'll put my cursor at the beginning of the text that I want to add the strike to, and I'll add 2 squiggly lines. So that's the squiggly lines on your keyboard, 2 of them to strike through and 2 of them to close out that strike through. When you hit return, there it is. To highlight something, same thing, cursor at the beginning of the words you want to highlight, and add 2 equal signs. 1, 2, there's the highlight, and then 1, 2 to close it out. Hit return to lock it in. To add a link, one of the most important things in Obsidian to link documents together, you're going to use brackets. So if I type in 2 brackets, you can see all these different things that popped up. These are other notes that I have inside of my vault. So right here, I have basics of economics, first note, law of supply and demand. and I also have the same ones here. So I can click on one of these, and then that link, if I hit space or hit return, that is now a link, as you would see in like a Wikipedia article, for example, that links to this other document. Let's go back to formatting. If you want to create an external link, so that's an internal link because it links to another document inside of this vault. But if I want to create an external link that goes somewhere else on the internet, I can do that as well. And the way to do that is to do a single bracket. So let's call this, I mentioned Wikipedia, so let's go to Wikipedia. And then it automatically, when you add a single bracket, it automatically creates a closing bracket. So there's a bracket that's open to the right and a bracket that's open to the left. And then whatever word you put in there, this is going to be how the link shows up. So in the case of this link, it shows up as law of supply and demand. This one's going to show up as Wikipedia because that's the word between those brackets. And then after those brackets, add parentheses. When you add a parentheses open to the right, it automatically adds one that's open to the left. So it's closed. And then inside of there is where you're going to add your link. So in this case, I'm going to add wikipedia.org, I think. And I hit enter and let's see if it works. It does. So there we go. That's how you add an external link, is single bracket and parentheses, followed by parentheses with the URL inside of the parentheses. And the last thing to show you is how to make lists. And it's really easy. All you do is a dash and a space, and then you say bullet point 1. And as soon as you hit return, it automatically adds another bullet. So there's point 2, point 3, return, and it adds me to point 4. So again, that was just a slash and then space, and it becomes a list. And that's what's called an unordered list, meaning they're not numbered. To make a numbered list, an ordered list, you'll do something similar, but instead of a slash, you'll type in a number. So I'll type in 1, period, and then space, and notice it automatically becomes, let's call this point 1. And as soon as I hit return, there's point 2, point 3, etc. And the third and final type of list we have is a task list. This is something you can mark complete or not. It's a done or not type of list. And to do that, we're going to do another hyphen or dash, followed by a space, followed by an open bracket, space, and then close bracket and another space, and it turns into this checkbox. And then you can put in task 1, you hit enter, task 2, task 3, etc. So that's it. That's the basics of formatting in Markdown.